All right, kind of a big offensive output last night, 16 runs.
I still can't get over it, man. I cannot get over it right now. 14 runs in the third inning.
And now, and you can see, I know you made this comment earlier, more in jest of the Colorado Rockies, but now if you're playing the Diamondbacks after a game like that, now you get to face Merrill Kelly tonight.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
It's one game. It's 1 out of 162. Yep. So it's not even like 1 out of 17 football games. It's 1 out of 162. But that looked last night like what this team is capable of this year. Not the 14 runs in one inning, but just the everybody in the lineup is a threat to do some damage, and they have good pitching. And now here you go, game 2 of the series. All those guys in the lineup are still on the team, and now Merrill Kelly's running out there. And, when we get into this a little bit deeper and everybody's healthy, then you're going to have to deal with Jordan Montgomery in that lineup and that defense. And you're going to have to deal with Eduardo Rodriguez in that lineup and that defense and Brandon Pfaadt. And it's just, they're in a good spot.
Yeah, for me right now, I mean, they beat the Rockies 16-1. Sorry. Look at them. Just look. 16-1, they beat the Rockies. It was unbelievable if you saw it. You know it. In that third inning to score 14 runs right there. 16-1. It sure beats the alternative, doesn't it?
How many people made the joke, hey, can we save some of these for tomorrow? I mean, that is the sports fan equivalent of somebody's got a case of the Mondays in the office.
Yes, it sure beats the alternative, does it not, Bud Black? Yes, it does. And, I was just so jacked up to watch the Diamondbacks go out and play, and this lineup exploded. There's no other way to put it. And what I loved about it was there were no home runs, right, in that inning. Yeah. Now, Lourdes Gurriel Jr., of course, jacked one.
He put one into orbit earlier.
That was awesome to see that right there in the first inning.
Side note, how glad I am that they brought him back.
Yeah.
Because that was really up in the air at the end of the season.
You're right.
It was truly up in the air. It wasn't just like, hey, this guy's technically a free agent, but we all know he'll be back. They did not know he would be back. And it is nice having him batting right in the middle of this lineup.
Yeah, I'm loving that as well right there. But once again, it's one game, and we all understand that, especially in the game of baseball. Oh, my goodness, there's 162 games, and that's one of the reasons why I absolutely love it. And that's why we love it, right? Because this is different. This is a test of time. You can't just go out there and one game, get it done, and then relax from it. No, you can't. It is a grind, and it's every day. That's what's amazing about the game of baseball, and I love that. I love the fact I talked to Buck Showalter about this, and Buck told me, you know what? The hardest thing about the game of baseball is not trying to hit a 98-mile-per-hour fastball. It isn't. The hardest thing is showing up every day prepared to do your job, to give all that you have every day at the ballpark. And that's why I love this sport. It's a different kind of grind, a different kind of test.
Well, it's name drama. It's perfect for you.
Buck didn't say it.
Name drama.
Okay. All right, it was on the show.
Name drama.
Wasn't like we were sitting down playing cards.
Name drama. Command and Control has spoken.
Stop it.
And I don't think you're going to change your mind on this one.
I mean, give me a break.
This is really the perfect sport for you because it's all about the philosophy of sport, baseball, over 162 games. And I tell you what helps with that, Wolf, is, good managing, good leadership, good talent, all that stuff. Depth helps with that because you're going to have guys with an off night. Not last night, apparently, but you're going to have guys with an off night, and they've got other guys that can potentially pick them up. Torey Lovello was asked after the game how he feels about momentum.
It's a lot of that takes place in sports, and you're sitting down watching a football game. You can just feel what's going to be happening. I can feel the same thing inside of our dugout. Our guys were engaged, and it's not necessarily what we're capable of doing; it's what they're feeling as well. And I think we capitalized on what was going on their side of the field as well.
You never know in the first game of the season. Like opening day it's fun and it's great and but there's some weird results typically. You never the Diamondbacks could go out there and they could win 95 games this year and look horrible the first couple games of the season. And that applies to other teams too, certainly. Yeah. They didn't look horrible at all. They looked like they were like, hey, yeah, the World Series was yesterday, and we're just going to keep playing, and we haven't lost any sort of momentum at all, and here we go.
Yeah.
Now, you got to obviously hold that up for 162 games, but it was interesting to see them get out of the gate so quickly.
This is one of the reasons why I'm so bullish on the Arizona Diamondbacks going forward right now. One of the reasons why I think they're going to win 90 plus.
Yeah.
90 plus, my brothers.
They're well
Don't
on their
just
way
give me 90.
to 90 through
90
162
plus is what I'm giving them
Can
right now.
you at least give me 92? Because I specifically, like, you get 90.
You said 92.
Yeah, but so if they win 92, are we both going to claim victory? Or do you get 90, 91, and 93 through 162?
No, I'll give you 92.
Thanks, that's very
okay?
generous
I'll give
of
you
you.
92 because you said 92 right there. But, again, it's one of the reasons why I'm so bullish on this team. It's because of the mix between these young guys and a grizzled vet like Lourdes Gurriel Jr., right? I love the fact that they've got guys on this team, of course, that are pros. And then there's these young guys that are making their way. And I'm still counting 5, 6 young guys that still are not finished products by any stretch of the imagination in Major League Baseball.
They still have guys in the
They're
system.
developing.
They still have Drew Jones in the system.
Sure, I know that, but you know the young guys I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Guys like Corbin Carroll doesn't get any better. He was an MVP candidate. He was an all-star.
Oh, man, no hits yet this year, though.
Right, no hits this year, Luke. I think we all expect him, but he's probably walking around wearing that today.
I was going to say he probably
He's
hates
probably
it.
wearing that
He's
today
on pace
right
for
now.
324 runs scored, though.
Right, but you know what? I mean, honestly, this is a guy that is going to get better, and I think all of these guys, all of these young guys are going to get better. And I've talked about this before, and I wanted to ask Steve Gilbert this, and I forgot to ask him, what are you more confident in? The guys that they acquired in the offseason or the guys that are going to get better already on the team? If you had to pick one right there, I have to tell you, I honestly think.
I have my answer.
I know. And it's.
Is it the same?
What's yours?
I'm more confident in the guys they already had getting better.
I know.
Yeah.
That's the expectation for me is them getting better. And that's saying a ton because you're talking about Eduardo Rodriguez. Oh, my goodness, they went out and they brought him in as the number 3 right there, and all of a sudden that solidified everything. And then they went out and got Jordan Montgomery. All of a sudden you've got Eugenio. Eugenio, the Rock over at third base. Rock.
We were talking before the show. If this team's in the playoffs and they end up, you have to commit to this right now, okay? Yeah, there's a lot of ifs here, but if they make the playoffs and they end up like, you know how they always have crazy promotions in the playoffs? And so, like, if the first playoff game, there's Eugenio Suarez wigs on every chair for people to wear, you have to wear one.
Okay.
Okay.
I would wear it.
On the show for the many cameras.
That'd be great.
That are getting closer each day, it appears. These cameras in here.
They're lowering the cameras in here.
It's like they can see what I'm thinking.
I mean, seriously, we want them higher. You want them higher, especially when you get old, ladies and gentlemen.
You want the cameras higher?
You want the camera higher when you get old,
Well,
you don't want that thing low right there.
They're substantially lower than they were even like 2 days ago.
Especially when you look down at your notes and all of a sudden, you got a little,
Well,
you don't
want
not
that. Listening to that one over there. I think has gotten lower since the show started.
Right,
actually.
that's a profile shot, and I want no profiles. I already said that too. No profiles.
It's tuned right in on you. It's like following you around when you walk around during the breaks.
Knock it off, Jeremy.
Here's Alec Thomas after the game.
Just that experience going to the playoffs and playing at every level of the playoffs and getting to the World Series, I think will definitely help us in the long run. And being able to do it or get there at a young age, and multiple guys that are young. So we got a lot of veteran guys here now, and they've been great leaders so far here in spring training and this first game or whatever. But it's pretty exciting.
Man, how are you feeling about Alec Thomas and Perdomo as your 8 and 9 guy?
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
That's really, really nice right there.
Alec Thomas is, I think, the one I'm watching more closely than anybody at the start of the season.
Yep.
Because his defense is so good that if he gives you anything decent at the plate, he's one of the most dangerous outfielders in baseball. And he might be turning that corner. If you were ever going to turn that corner, having a postseason like he just did would help you do it.
Thanks for watching Wolf and Luke. Tap to see more and click the button in the middle to subscribe to Arizona Sports.